let's check out the LECTRIC XP Lite e-bike. Now the first thing is, with this e-bike, they definitely prioritize portability. So the bike can fold up completely, which I will be showing you in a little bit later on in the video how exactly that works. But the total bike weight is only 46 pounds, and then without the battery, the bike is then 39 pounds. The bike features a maximum payload capacity of 275 pounds, and it is offered in 4 different colors, including Midnight Black, Sandstorm, Arctic White, which is the one that I have, and then also Electric Blue. Now as far as the strength of the motor in this e-bike, it features a 300 watt nominal, 720 watt peak planetary geared motor. And you can actually use this e-bike as either a Class 1 or Class 2 e-bike. If you want to, you can just use the throttle the entire time, and the bike does feature a maximum speed of 20 miles per hour. Now, if you want to, you can use this bike without any assistance. You can also use it in some of the lower levels as well, if you do prefer to use a bit more of your own strength to make the e-bike go forward. So this e-bike does feature 5 different modes, and level 5 is definitely the fastest of them all. Essentially, with level 5, you can go very fast, very quickly with this e-bike. I'm also a big fan of the twist throttle that we're getting with the e-bike itself, as it does make it very comfortable to use the throttle, almost similar to a motorcycle in a sense. Now the amount of mileage that you'll be getting out of this e-bike definitely depends on which level you have it in. So with level 5, you're going to get the least amount of mileage, but on the other hand, with level 1 or 0, you'd be getting the most. Now level 0 doesn't even provide any sort of assistance, so if you have the bike in level 1, you'll be able to get up to 45 miles on a single charge. Now from my personal experience with level 5, if you just keep it in that level the whole time, you'll probably be getting about 15 miles out of the e-bike, but you're getting some serious power out of the e-bike having it in that mode. Now the 48 volt battery is located in this part of the e-bike, and if you do fold this in half, you can actually remove the battery if you want to, so you don't have to charge the battery necessarily if it's in the e-bike itself. Now at level 5, honestly, you barely even have to pedal at all, and the bike immediately starts going at the top speed. So that's definitely great if you're trying to get to your destination very quickly with the least amount of physical effort. But at the same time, if you want the most amount of range and you still want to participate a little bit when it comes to actually riding the bike, then maybe doing level 2 or 3 might be more ideal for you. I use my e-bikes for a variety of different reasons. Of course, I'll use them for general transportation, also for fun. So in certain situations, it makes sense to put the bike in different modes. Now, if I know I'm going a really long distance and I want to make sure I maximize the amount of distance I get out of the bike without the battery going to 0, then I probably wouldn't use level 5, because after about 10 miles or 12 miles, you do start to notice that the bike itself does get a little bit low on battery power. But in exchange for that, you can really fly here and go really fast. So this bike is very comfortable to ride, but I do not get tired of sitting on the bike and riding it for long distances. The seat has a nice amount of padding to it, so that doesn't make it a problem to sit on it for a long period of time. And then also just the general form factor of the bike just makes it comfortable. And the seat has a lot of adjustments too. I can make it go really high up, and I'm 6 feet tall and I don't even have the seat at its highest level. So if you are taller, then just know that that's not really a problem here. Another thing I noticed about the LECTRIC XP Lite is that despite this bike not having any suspension, it's also very smooth to ride. And I think a big reason for that is because the tires that we have on here are pretty thick in general, so it makes the riding experience a lot better overall. Now, in addition to the actual bike itself, there are some other things included as well. And one of those is the charger. Definitely very important. Now, things are pretty straightforward when it comes to recharging the bike. There is a port on the side here for very easy access to the battery. And as I mentioned earlier on in the video, it is really nice that you can either recharge the bike with the battery in it, or if you want to, you can remove the battery and recharge it on its own. And then also included is a key. In fact, we actually get 2 keys included with the bike itself. So I'm not going to show you the process of how to remove the battery here on the LECTRIC XP Lite. So right now, everything is in its full locked position, but essentially I'm going to grab this lever here and release that. Then from there, I'm going to make sure the key is still in the off position, which it is. So then at this point, you're going to push the key up slightly, turn so that this little metal piece slides in. Then from there, we can now fold the bike in half, just like that. And it is nice too that there is this piece of the frame here that the bike kind of rests on. So now that that little metal piece has been brought in by the key, and then the bike has now been folded open, we now need to pull the key out, and then from there, the battery slides right out. So as you can see, it is a pretty large battery in general. But then from here, you can simply charge right there at that port, and then you can go ahead and recharge this, or if you happen to have a second extra battery, you can put that in the bike and continue riding. But now that the bike has been partially folded, let me show you how we can take it a step further so that if you want to put it in a car or maybe in a bus or something like that, it's a lot easier to move around here, as this bike can really shrink down to a very small, compact size. So as you can see, the bike has been folded in half, and then the next step here is to fold down the handlebars. So there's a knob to grab onto here, and then we can just release the handlebar just like that. It then folds down, which is great. And then now we can fold the bike even further in. So there we go, it's folded that way. And then if we want to take a step further, you can even move the seat all the way down. And then now you can see how compact the LECTRIC XP Lite can really get. Then from there, you can just pick it up and take it wherever you need to take it. But this is the LECTRIC XP Lite e-bike.